So Mixer officially closed its doors on the 22nd of July, but most of us have been here on Twitch for about a month. A few lucky people immediately blew up. I say a few because these guys really are the exception rather than the rule. Most of us lost our viewership, and I mean at least 50% of that viewership. And this isn't just small streamers, this is happening to some of Mixer's most popular streamers. Today I want to talk about why that is and the factors inside of and outside of our control. Hi guys, I'm Sophie, ex-Mixer streamer of 2 years and full-time content creator on YouTube and Twitch. When I moved to Twitch, I immediately lost a quarter of my audience, and then a month later, another quarter dropped off. As someone who's held 40 viewers for quite a long time, this was pretty devastating. I know that a lot of you guys have been hit harder than this. Let's first talk about that initial drop when I first moved to Twitch. Immediately, as soon as I moved to Twitch, I lost all of my auto hosts. Now that was a pretty big deal on Mixer because auto hosts came with lurkers. If you were a Mixer partner, you did of course also lose all the Mixer promo like the feature wheel and the channel 1 hosts. I also lost the bulk of my following, dropping from 5k to 800 followers, which meant that less people were clicking on my go lives. I lost authority as I was one of very few Mixer streamers with a YouTube channel. I know a lot of Mixer partners also not made Twitch partner, which is a huge authority loss as well. So up until now, all of the factors that we have talked about are completely out of your control. But I, like many Mixer streamers, pretty much moved to Twitch as soon as Mixer announced that it was closing. And the reason for this is it really felt totally pointless streaming on a platform that was about to close. I did at the same time also switch out my main game. On Mixer, I used to stream GTA 5, but on Twitch, the category is just so big, I thought I would drown in there, so I switched to Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, all of these factors were within my control, and in hindsight, I would have changed how I did these things. The problem with this, and this is a huge red flag, is audience alienation. So the viewers that we've grown over on Mixer over the past few years came to our streams with a particular kind of content in mind. People watch streams because it has some kind of value to them, whether that's entertainment, education, stress relief, etc. For a lot of us on Mixer, the main value that we had to our viewers was simply the friends to play a certain game with. And it was particularly easy to grow this way because Mixer was really used as a looking for group for Xbox gamers wanting to find friends to play with. So if you take away your main game, then the people who are only there to play the game with you are going to find less value in your stream. And the consequence of this is that they're going to spend less time in your stream and eventually drop off. Now, in just switching platforms immediately without really any warning, I also alienated my audience as well. So the rule of thumb is if you want to switch platforms or just generally completely switch up your content, you want to do this really slowly so that your current audience doesn't become alienated. Now, not every Mixer streamer did actually switch up their content. Some people did keep playing their main game. For some people, this worked really great, but those people streaming in really popular categories lost positioning. So positioning is where you sit in your Twitch category, and the rule is it's better to be higher up because then the more random category traffic will find you. Mixer positioning was actually really easy compared to Twitch positioning. You just needed to be in a non-dead category. There were some categories on Mixer that were kind of saturated, like the Fortnite category, but this really was nothing in comparison to what we see across Twitch. So on Twitch, in addition to thinking about dead categories, we also need to think about category saturation, so how many streamers are in that category, as well as the size of the streamers in that category. So on GTA 5, for example, there are thousands of live channels. So the category is saturated with streamers, but the streamers in that category also have thousands of viewers. So depending on time of day, someone with my kind of stats would be sitting in row 10 of that directory. So if you compare this to Mixer, on Mixer streaming the same game, I would be in row 1 or 2, which is ideal positioning because you're right on the front page and no one needs to scroll. The positioning is actually quite a big reason why stream coaches talk about niching down, because the competition in the bigger categories is just so much fiercer. So we've talked about that initial viewership drop, but why did a bunch of people show up and then leave. A big factor here is relevancy. So I've spoken quite a lot about the initial hype of moving to Twitch. And what I mean by this is Mixer closing was actually pretty big news. Some people hadn't actually heard of Mixer until it closed. This meant that all the Mixer streamers moving to Twitch were kind of interesting to the Twitch community when we first got here. A lot of us had like X-Mixer or Twixer in our title, and a lot of organic Twitch viewers came over to see what we were all about.
Show me what you got!
The problem with this kind of relevancy is it really doesn't last on its own. The news of Mixer dying got old, and all of those viewers returned to their regular channels. What this basically means is our initial Twitch viewership was inflated. We've talked about what we lost in the Twitch move, so the question now is, how do we recover from this and get our viewership back? So this process starts with realizing that Twitch is a completely different platform. Mixer techniques for growth likely aren't going to work because the audience is so different. On Mixer, we were honestly primarily streaming to kids that wanted to play games with us. Whereas on Twitch, I found so far that the audience is older and therefore more complex. So I've actually been taking Twitch advice for a really long time. So this advice actually doubled my viewership over on Mixer. So it's a strategy I'm planning on using again here on Twitch. I'm going to roughly outline this strategy, but just to let you guys know, this is not my strategy. It actually comes from another streamer called Ashley Christ, who is a Twitch partner. What I will do is link down to her channel down below, guys. And I do honestly recommend checking out all of her recent content if you are looking to grow your stream, as everything that I've tried has been really successful for me so far. I was stuck in a place of no growth for a really long time on Mixer, and these strategies really turned that around for me. I actually also recently completed Ashley's stream course, and this helped me a lot with the move from Mixer to Twitch. So this strategy really focuses hard on gaining traffic from outside of Twitch. The main two platforms for external growth that you're going to want to focus on are Twitter and YouTube. And the content posted on both of these platforms needs to be unique, not just recycled stream clips. For this to really have maximum impact, you want to be posting on Twitter at least once a day and posting to YouTube at least once a week to get in that algorithm. The reason for seeking promotion outside of Twitch is that platforms like YouTube and Twitter have a much more friendly algorithm when it comes to promoting the content of smaller creators. So the Twitch algorithm, if you can call it an algorithm, is literally more views equals more promotion, which is completely useless if you are a smaller streamer. But what should you post to YouTube and Twitter? So this is where you need to look at finding your niche and your audience. Now, this can absolutely be a game. I myself find the bulk of the Red Dead streamers that I follow via YouTube tutorials. You can also produce content which has value that transcends game or category. So for me, I make streamer alerts and I make advice videos like this one. But for you, it could be absolutely anything. Let's have a look at some examples. So if we take a look at Cinnamon Toast Ken, he's a successful Twitch streamer and YouTuber. He produces entertainment style videos like React Couch. If we take a look at Harris Heller, he is a different kind of creator. He is an educator who produces educational videos for streamers. So in addition to providing external content on both Twitter and YouTube, you're going to want to use Discord to maintain your current community. So most of us who've come from Mixer already do have Discord set up, but if you don't, I would strongly recommend getting that set up now. Discord really is something that can be managed by the community if you put the right team in place. So there's absolutely no reason not to get this started. You're posting daily to Twitter, you're posting weekly to YouTube, and you're maintaining your community through Discord. The final thing to think about is Twitch positioning. Now, this honestly isn't essential if you're posting external content regularly. However, being positioned well on Twitch is going to mean that you do get more random category traffic into your channel, which can be helpful. So an important thing to mention here is that there are definitely dead categories on Twitch, like there were on Mixer. So while streaming an unpopular game might shove you to the top of that directory, if there's only 2 people watching that game, then you're not really going to see much category traffic. Now, Rytech Gaming actually did a really good video on this. He ranked Twitch categories based on streamer to viewer ratio and overall audience and streamer saturation. And not all games are included in this, but it really is a good jumping point. I will link this video down in the description below for you guys in case you want to watch that one as well. So if you are going to niche down and switch out your main popular game, I would recommend doing this slowly. Ideally, also pick a similar game that your existing audience can jump on board with, because we don't want to be alienating our audience through doing this again. There's so many things that we've lost as a result of Mixer closing, but it's important to remember that you have the tools and experience to turn this around, even if you aren't at the number you were right now. Now is just the time to re-strategize. This switch is really hard, and it's been that way for most of us. Just remember that you're not alone in this. I hope that you guys found this video useful. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers in order to get that tasty ad revenue. Also, just a reminder that I do stream over on Twitch every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Link in the description below if you'd like to come and chat while it's live. As always, guys, successful streaming. You got this. Oh God, now I'm getting beaten up. Now Jacob's in. Can I just pick up my hat? No, don't kill him! Don't kill him, it's my fault! No, no, no! No, no, no!